Hello, everyone. My name is Dima. I'm from Russia, calling from Moscow.
Hi, my name is MC. I come from the San Francisco Bay Area, where I'm a strategist, and I'm calling from Kalkan, Turkey.
Hello, I'm Carl. I'm a philosopher and a geographer calling from Sweden at the moment.
Hi, I'm Dana. I'm a designer calling from Almaty, Kazakhstan. So in approaching the theme of another kind of technocracy, our team was interested in locating decision-making and the agency in sociotechnical systems. The project we've put together proposes a new understanding of decision spaces as compositional in nature in order to identify productive sites for politics towards planetary viability. So would like to show the video.
Technical systems are becoming more complex, extensive, and entrenched on a daily basis. In view of this, how should we understand the location of decision-making and agency to achieve effective governance at different scales? Consider the following setup: a trolley, 2 rails, a pile of people, and a lever. The speeding trolley races towards a handful of people who find themselves bound to the track. Fortunately, there is a lever that, if pulled, will switch the trolley to another track. Unfortunately, another person happens to be bound to the second track. The question is, should you pull the lever or not? The setup is a moral dilemma: you, a lever, and a decision. Do you intervene in order to spare 5 lives over the one? Or, in actively engaging, are you committing an immoral act? And is it even possible to compare the value of lives to begin with? The dilemma focuses on a moment of agency. It supposes isolated and pure decision-making, but its cartoonish simplicity is deceiving. Maybe the question you should be asking yourself is, how did you even get into this situation to begin with? Had not the track been laid in this particular fashion? Had there been a third or even a fourth track? Had any number of alternative infrastructural or design elements been in place, the problem would be a different problem entirely. What we can now see is that before there was a problem, there was a problem. Because you see this track? It was made this way. This lever? It's no coincidence. Its form, affordances, location, even its existence were all determined decidedly in advance. Decisions are built into infrastructure. Not in the sense of a grand design, but more like the slow, inevitable calcification of a stalactite, the accumulation of technical expertise into a shape, a rule, a path. At the same time, infrastructure is built into the moment of decision. Each decision, small or large, lays the track of the possible. Infrastructure is what speeds the train down the tracks, as much as it is a design of the problem, as much as it creates the decision space in its entirety. When you consider the track, the simplicity of the setup is revealed as the consequence of an accumulation of design decisions that put the train on its fateful track to begin with. Consider this as technocracy in its stealthiest suit. The rule of and by technical systems, along with the path dependency that ensues. This isn't technocracy in scare quotes. This is the technocracy that very simply always was, a machinic mode of conditioning decisions. But what if there had only been one track? Or what if you had never heard of levers? Would you, or even could you, recognize yourself as an agent, as you did in the classic setup of the trolley problem? Only when the problem is framed in infrastructural terms does the decision space become legible as technocratically conditioned. The trolley problem, as conceived as an infrastructural problem, is not all doom and gloom. It's an epiphany. It is the fish that realizes it lives in water. When we see that infrastructure conditions decisions, when we see infrastructure as compositions of the decisions that came before, when we really see infrastructure instead of letting it disappear as a naturalized just is, we can start to reconfigure the parts. Add a track here or there, drop in some extra levers. Why not put some better brakes on the train? When we see the making of infrastructure is the making of future decision spaces, we can even begin to ask what isn't in the picture at all. This new technocratic framing doesn't wish away the steaming train. Regrettably, a decision at the lever must still be made. But relocating agency in the original dilemma is what allows us to see how we came to be placed in this particular position to begin with. And with that knowledge, we can begin to recognize and potentially mobilize its compositional force in the decision spaces we find ourselves in today.